Full-time Aston Villa 3, Brentford 1, and it's another disappointing loss on the road for us. But I do think the game wasn't without controversies, and we do have some reasons to be disappointed in our team and in VAR. So I'll go straight into it. And, well, it was a bad start before the game where Norgard apparently picked up a small injury, and we know Jensen was injured from the weekend before, and so we ended up playing Yarmulke in midfield, which for me was a slight imbalance. We didn't have many other options, but for me, we needed more of a holding player because we're playing so many attackers by playing Keenan with Potter at left back. And so for me, we needed more of a defensive midfielder to go alongside Janelt. But we're getting into the game. I thought it wasn't a bad start from us. First 10 minutes, we had quite a few high turnovers. It felt like Villa hadn't really woken up yet. But obviously, all the chances in the game did go to Villa, even at the start. And then, yeah, that Morgan Rogers goal was unbelievable. You can't do much about it. It was a great turn from Kamara, and then the goal from Morgan Rogers was unstoppable. It's unfortunate. But for me, the biggest frustration is the second goal. One, what is Ethan Pinnock doing? He's not really had a great season for me, and he really messed up that challenge with Watkins, and it put Watkins through, and he got a penalty from it. But I do believe that's not really a penalty for me. I thought Watkins' trailing leg just collided with Pinnock, and it wasn't a challenge, and so for me it's not a penalty. Um, but that's what VAR gave it as, and yeah, a bit frustrated with them giving it to Watkins because he's not the Aston Villa penalty taker, but they've given it to him against his former club. He always seems to get a goal against us, Ollie Watkins, and yeah, he likes to rub the salt in the wound, especially against Brentford. I thought the penalty was actually also not a good one as well because Flecken, he got a hand to it and it was quite a slow penalty, so I thought he should have saved it. And now moving on to the third goal for Villa, another controversial one for me. I thought Ollie Watkins was offside and he distracted Pinnock. Pinnock could have easily cleared the ball for me if Watkins wasn't distracting him, and Watkins was offside, and so Pinnock then couldn't really get a connection with it, and Cash was just there for the tap in at the back post. And so for me, I'm really not sure. Like, VAR should have done better. With the second one, maybe it wasn't clear and obvious for VAR to go and turn it over. But for the third, for me, VAR, they should go, they say, Ollie Watkins interfered with play, he's offside. That's just a black and white, not a goal. But, oh well, that's what we can really say. And so we can go in half time with 3-0 down, and yeah, we're kind of just, we need early goals and we need them quickly. And we've done it before against Villa. We scored 3 in a row in about 10 minutes last season in that 3-0 draw. But yeah, second half, it was still all Aston Villa, I'd say. They had all the chances, but we were better. We did get a goal from Mikkel Damsgaard about 10 minutes in, and I thought then after that we continued to grow. But yeah, as I said, it was more Villa chances until basically the end. We had one more positive when Igor Thiago came on. I thought he got one chance and he put it over the bar. I feel like that's sort of, from his highlights, his bread and butter from last season. And also Wiss's head and butter, that sort of running in behind and scoring, but it was unfortunate. But that's all there really is to say other than the goal and that chance. That's all we really had in the second half. I thought I was very happy with Paris Magoma, who came on. We haven't seen him much at all. He was on loan at Bolton last season, and he's been injured this season, and he's been subbed on today, and I thought he actually slotted in very well. He looked calm on the ball, obviously not the standard of Premier League, but I thought it was very good. And so that's really the game. 3-1 full time, frustrating. VAR frustrated me, the team performance wasn't great, but that's Premier League. We're competing against the Champions League side, and you do feel we'd have been more in the game if we just had two natural fullbacks. Because I feel like it's one of those games where if we had just had two natural fullbacks, there'd be more balance in the team, and so we wouldn't be playing Keno as Potter so high. So like for that first goal, it wouldn't be another turnover from Villa, and they're getting in very easily. And same with all of their goals really, or the lead up to the penalty as well. It sort of counterattacks, and we had too many bodies committed forward, and they got through the team of our team really well. And so it's concerning because I thought 2 weeks ago we've still got a lot of players injured, but our team's in a good place. Suddenly, 1 week later, we get two injuries over a course of the week, and now I'm looking at the bench in a game and I'm thinking, we've got Thiago Carvalho on the bench, and that's about it. No one else that really excites me or I would want us to bring on. And so yeah, I'm just going to point out, as I often do in these videos, a few players who I was happy with and one I'm not so happy with. And so Damsgaard, of course, he had another brilliant game for us. I'm really pleasantly surprised with Damsgaard's form this season. He's improved in so many ways, assists and goals. I was also happy with Magome, as I said. He looked pretty comfortable for someone who's never really played in the Premier League. He's only been out in League One last season, and he's been injured this season, so I thought he did alright. And then, obviously, I was not happy with Pinnock's performance, and that's been the story all season. So many misplaced passes, even last game against Leicester, where we won 4-1. He had so many misplaced passes throughout the entire game, and so it's really frustrating. And then he made defensive mistakes today, which is even more unlike him. And so, yeah, that's the immediate reaction. Newcastle at the weekend at home, so hopefully we won't drop points because we have such good home form. But then again, Newcastle looked very good against Liverpool from what I've heard. I didn't watch the game, I was watching the Brentford game. But it's going to be a big test, and hopefully Norgard will be back for that. But see you then.